If you've taken any of my practical lessons on 1 and 2 point perspective, you may have come up against the difficulty of sketching straight lines. Of course, you can always use a ruler to draw a straight line, but a ruler can really take the life out of your artwork and make it look a bit more like a technical drawing than a hand-drawn one. So what can you do if your lines are really wonky? Well, here's some drawing tips that will help to straighten them out. I'm left-handed, but in this video I'm going to use my opposite hand to show you how these techniques can work, even if you think that you can't draw very well. The most important part of drawing a straight line is the movement that you make, and that's this movement. So there's not much movement of the wrist, but there is a lot of lower arm movement. You can rest your hand on the page, just don't move from the wrist. So hold a pencil now, or pretend that you're holding a pencil, and just have a go at moving your hand like this. It's as if you're stroking the page with the side of your hand. And try short strokes of the page too. Now that you know what movement to use, you can try these 3 techniques for drawing straight lines. We'll start off with the easiest way for complete beginners who are really struggling to get a nice straight line. And then we'll move through 2 more techniques to get to the most efficient way to draw a straight line. Here's my control line. Now it's not too bad, but it doesn't look very confident. And here's technique 1, plotting points. The first technique is to create a series of dots along the path of where you want the line to go. Now be aware that this may not give you the confident line that you're after, but it can really help when you're planning a drawing with a very light pencil. Place your first dot at the start of the line, and then look at where you want the line to finish and run your hand along the page towards that spot and add a point. And then we're going to repeat that from the starting point. This time we're going to add a couple of inside points between the first and the last point. Now we've got a series of 4 points. You can plot as few or as many points as you need to, and then we can just join those dots up with short repeating lines. Remember to stroke the page with the side of your hand rather than using the wrist. And another handy tip here, it's not always possible, but if you can, turn the page when you need to so that you're drawing in a direction that feels comfortable to you. Usually this is the direction moving away from your body on an angle. Technique 2 is joining 2 dots. This time, instead of plotting inside points, we'll try drawing from the start point straight to the finish point. Position your hand at the first point, look at the finish point, and first just fake the line several times by stroking the page with the side of your hand. Get the movement right first, and then just lower your pencil slightly to touch the page. Don't change the rhythm or the speed of your hand, just allow the pencil to now touch the paper as you make the same swift movement. And draw the line lightly several times just in case the first one goes astray. Technique 3 is drawing rhythmic lines. Now if you want to get really good at drawing straight lines, then it's worth putting in the time to practice different directions. And repetition is the key here. You need to repeat the same movement over and over again until it becomes natural. If you try this and you feel out of control, go back to using one of the previous techniques until your hand is a bit more comfortable with the movement. No plotting points with this one, but still fake the line first in the direction that you want it to go and try to look at the place you want the line to end. Once you've faked it and got the movement, lower your pencil and use the same swiftness as you did in the practice run. And repeat the same direction over and over, faking it first if you need to, but then see if you can get into a rhythm where you're moving down and across the page, drawing line after line. And then try the same thing drawing vertical lines. Fake it first, look towards where the end of the line will go, and then commit to the line. And try 45-degree angles. With lots of repetition and practice, you'll eventually be able to draw straight lines with ease without even thinking about it. If you think you've mastered drawing straight lines, in my next video, learn how to draw better circles.